This is the House of Parliament where men and women have sat for decades, making decisions that would affect all our lives. Do they really work in the interests of the people or themselves? They sit at the round tables, trying to decipher which way to turn. Is it left or is it right? Have the people benefited from those decisions? Our people have suffered for far too long. Change should not be a figment of the imagination, but reality. Every boy, every girl, every man, every woman are equally important. The market vendor joyfully sells her produce. The fish vendor skillfully uses his cutlass to cut the fish. Keep on working. Let your smile be your motivation. Build a community of brotherly and sisterly love. Don't give up on your dreams. Surround yourself with positive thinkers. Think big and keep on moving. Keep pushing the envelope. Yes, push that envelope until you have succeeded. You may have made many mistakes, but that is no reason to stop. Don't you dare give up. Get ready for that overflow. Get ready for that breakthrough. The overflow is coming. Showers of blessings. Stay cool. Stay calm. Stay collective. Ride the rough waves of life. Hold on to that rope tightly. Just keep working. Keep moving. Keep believing. Self-motivation. Hello, good night to everyone, and welcome to Lies and Deceit. I am so happy to be with you tonight. It means that you're enjoying the show and you are learning from what Soso is saying. Go ahead. Don't be afraid. Share the live. I want to thank people like Kanisha, Flavian, thanks Dudu. Thanks for that note, so we were able to see what's happening. And also to Marvin Charles. Good night, Marvin Charles, my little supporter that day, Thanks, Marvin. So don't be afraid. Go ahead, share the live. So in essence, what they have done, they're just, we used to put our headings in a comical way. And apparently it's like, not the best way to do it. So what we're going to do, we're going to come down even harder. We're going to put our headlines straightforward, not in a comical way, which would definitely affect this government now. So when you try to do ill to me or evil to me, God always have our back to show us what to do. And thanks to United Park for always rebroadcasting. You'll got my back. I love you, I love you, I love you all. Whoever is running United Park, I don't know who, but you have my back and you're airing my stuff. I see you're putting it on YouTube. We also have a YouTube channel, and what we'll be doing from today, we'll be posting all our stuff on our channel, and we are going to ask you to subscribe so you can always go to our channel. I have like almost 6,000 followers. I'm asking you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't know if my producer would put the link there for you, and subscribe. People, let's do this. We're taking our country back. Our country is in disarray right now. Our country is in disarray, and they have gone on a rampage. Let me tell you what they did. They went and they spammed all my videos, because what is happening, people are really enjoying the truth. What I'm saying here, I'm not lying on anybody. I'm showing you the documents. I'm showing you facts. So what they have done, they have gone on a rampage and just spammed all my videos. And then a rep, we were in conversation with a rep yesterday, and we're still trying to solve this. But one of my people, Kanisha Fabian, sent me something, and from what she sent me, we were brilliant enough to realize what was happening. So don't be afraid. Go ahead, share, And we are here for a reason. And like somebody was saying to me tonight, it is very unfortunate that the government is so afraid that they have their operatives spamming. Now, Facebook have a threshold in that if they spam something, they will not worry. But there were thousands of them. It's like a group they put together to come and spam my videos. But when you mean evil for a good person who cares about her country, God is going to even use her supporters to have her back, to show her what is going on, and for her to continue the good work. All right? And, be like Catalina, be like Marvin, be like Kenisha, be like Allison, be like Geraldine. These are just some of the people that share it. Go Geraldine. Geraldine is sharing like crazy. Thank you, guys. Continue sharing. And this is what we have to do, share the good work. And we have to say we are living in oppressive times, because when Alan Chasney was being vilified by Richard Frederick, always on his show, Alan Chasney, we, the United Workers' Party supporters, never went to spam his videos and asked Facebook to take them down. We didn't come into a group to spam the videos. So this is where I am very happy that the opposition is not on the defense. We are actually on the offense, and we are winning the war. So they are realizing that we are winning the war. So what they have done is organize. But right now, thanks, Kenisha, you sent me something, and then I realized, boom, boom, it just clicked. So go ahead, share the live. You're fine. And I love my supporters, and that's what I want. People who generally support us. Now, United Workers' Party supporters are not aggressive people. But I like the fact that they are on the offense now, because they are so aggressive that they have formed a group to just spam my videos and do nonsense. But we have written a report. We have done everything with Facebook that we have to do. So we cool. So moving forward, it's going to be direct in your face. No comical headline. Direct in your face. Okay, so under the United Workers' Party, now I'm putting a plug there for them. Y'all know how I am. If I have to give them licks, I give them licks. If I have to give them praise, I give them praise. But I'm asking all St. Lucians, I am telling all St. Lucians, under a United Workers' Party government, your freedom of speech is not compromised. We had how many television stations going after the former Prime Minister and the United Workers' Party administration? Never did Alan Chasney organize on Facebook to have people on Facebook to go after them, to spam their videos and get the videos deleted. We are now in a communistic era with this government, and it is very serious. Whether you are a St. Lucia Labour Party supporter, a no party supporter, or a United Workers' Party supporter, you have to realize that this is dangerous times, and we all need to focus in taking our country back. Right? It is very important that we take our country back. So they are a little lady like me, they are practically running scared. Because as I said to you all, I will not come here to lie on anybody. Not even when I said about the minister who had the stroke, I didn't come to lie, right? And when I come to say things to you, I do not get it by Powell Bolawi. So flow with us. The link is there. Share it. But let me just greet some people. It is just so amazing how the support I am getting. It is just so amazing. And while I was speaking, someone, y'all don't want me to know who y'all are, but that's fine. Someone said your biggest fan, and they bought me coffee. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. By doing this, you're saying to so I am with you. And that makes me feel very happy to come on. And then I just got some more coffees for someone. Excuse me, people. The weather have me, people. Trust me. This weather is literally killing me. I need the weather to go back to normal. So, okay. Someone bought me coffees and they said, thanks so for continuing to enlighten us. Keep going. I admire you. Love and blessings always. Thank you, darling. Those words just keep me going and make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I always say the little things that count. It's not the big house. It's not the big cars. It's not the how much money in the bank. When people love and care for you, that's everything. Don't mind what I said, that you still need the money to live and everything, but it says that people love you. From someone who bought me many coffees, that person said, haha, on a mission to catch fishes for Soso. These coffees are from my brother, Francis McKay St. Mary. He wishes to express his sincere thanks for the glorious birthday wishes you extended to him. You are most welcome, Mr. St. Mary. My Soso, you are a world-class leader with unique leadership skills. You bring success to your show and the movement. Keep moving. Thank you so much, Miriam. I will continue doing that because this is my mission. And let me just share with you how they are so afraid. They have They have started fake accounts. When I got up Sunday morning, Sunday morning is your time, to reflect and worship and, think about what happened over the week. Fake accounts are coming into my business page account and literally telling me the worst and nastiest things you can think of. I cannot believe people are so low. So therefore, when you see the United Workers' Party women are saying enough is enough, they have every right to clap back, right? And when women are saying you were right to clap back on Richard Frederick, it's good. So women are realizing we're not supposed to accept disrespect. So this person came into my inbox and said the worst and the nastiest things. You know what I said to them? For you to come into my inbox to say that, it means that we are winning the war. Have a blessed Sunday. And I blocked the person. This government is reflective of their supporters. You don't agree with me, we will try and come and get you at all costs. Under the Alan Shastain-led government, United Workers' Party, we were all free to say what we have to say. I personally was given Uncle Shas blows too, but Uncle Shas never, ever did anything for his people to go block my lives or block anything. He never did anything like that. So it simply tells me that this government is running scared. Now, we have some people who have birthdays today. So I would like to wish Owen Hippolyte a happy birthday. This is coming from your madam, from your wife, Peggy Hippolyte. She is so in love with you. Right? She told me some of your little secrets. She is so in love with you as her husband. So continue the good work, Owen. Coming from me to happy birthday to you. And may you have, I hope you had an enjoyable day and celebrate, life. Because life is precious and many people don't understand the importance of life. And I really, really, really want to say to you, happy birthday, Owen Hippolyte, God's guidance. Have fun from your lovely wife, Lauren Hippolyte, better known as Peggy. Do enjoy your day. We have another birthday coming up, and it is coming from me to Anisha Callback. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Anisha is one of my, how will I say it? And Anisha is one of my serious financial supporters of Buy Me a Coffee. And I want to wish my girl a happy birthday. Anisha, I hope your family did lots of lovely things for you. So happy birthday, my dear. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Life is short. Take the time to enjoy life. Nobody's going to enjoy life for you except you. Okay? So enjoy life. Now tonight we have a very controversial topic. My show is very diverse. My show is a show that caters for everybody. But before we get into that, on Wednesday, we are going to have a special guest. A very special guest that you are going to enjoy. So you need to get your friends, you need to get your families there to hear. On Wednesday, we are really going to discuss many things. The government, women, and I believe every woman should ask her friend to join the live. It's going to be one of a difference. And I'm going to use my show, I'm going to use my platform to educate the masses, because you cannot be afraid. You cannot be afraid to share the live or tag your friends, because it is an indictment against the government of St. Lucia and their operatives. It means that the next election, they're not going to win. So United Workers' Party need to put their house in order. Now in St. Lucia, before we go, I want to show you all something posh vid. Now in St. Lucia, we have a new virus, posh vid. Because the St. Lucia Labour Party government did not give you all the $1,500. And many people, we have a new virus, SLP's new virus, posh vid. This is our new virus, posh vid. 2022, we have no money. Shas had at least promised ching ching. But they lied to say that they were giving us $1,500 and our posh vid, no pani pièce l'argent. No money, posh vid. And I just got off the phone with somebody before I came on the live, and the person was saying to me, so, our economy is so bad. The government, the person said, Shasne was at least holding stead. But what this government is doing right now, they have literally destroyed our economy. Thank you, Marilise, for the 5 coffees. Greatly appreciated. This country right now is in dire straits, and people do not have money. Right? People do not have money. Posh vid. Now, I need to find out. Now, so turn pastor, economist, counselor, tooth bagay, so turn teacher. Because I need to understand, where are the men of the cloth in this country? Who are y'all afraid of? Y'all are supposed to be the ones to uphold righteousness in our country. Because even if you may speak about righteousness and you get a backlash, it is fine. This is what God has placed the ministers of the cloth to do. But they are very silent, and my heart is very saddened as a believer. I didn't come into the faith just yesterday. I was born into it. So my heart is very saddened when I see the men of the cloth from my faith, the Pentecostal assemblies of the West Indies. When I see y'all are very quiet in terms of the ills happening in society, it leaves me to think whether you guys really understand your mission. So this is why tonight I am here. This is why I am here tonight, to talk about a trend in our society. When God ordained marriage in the Bible. Marriage is between a man and a woman. If you are really following the word of God and you are going to church, right, and you are obeying what the New Testament said, you know that you should not enter sexual relations unless you are married. So it's going to mean that you are fornicating or extramarital affair, or you are committing adultery. My girl Donna just arrived. She said, I am late, but I'm here to listen to wisdom. And she bought me coffee and a great financial supporter. Thank you, darling. So the pastors are afraid to speak the truth. The truth is always going to be unpopular. We have so many ills happening in our society, but our pastors are leaning towards being careful to err on the side of caution, not preaching the word of God. So the Bible says they wanna talk about all sorts of things. They want to talk about prosperity gospel, but we have a trend in St. Lucia, and I'm here to speak. I do not care who get upset. I do not care who get vexed. My mission is to ensure that our women are not trapped into those witchcraft kind of situations. Think about it. Polygamy was in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, God does not allow it. And there was a reason why it was in the Old Testament. We have women now who believe that it is okay to be in a relationship with one man and you have 3 other women or 4 other women involved. I am going to show you that this is a dangerous situation and nobody wins in that. Now, some people come and say, oh, people married, they married and they still have trouble. Phallus, you married and you still have problems. Phallus being married with 3 women, or in the polyamory, right, which is the open relationship, you're not married, and you're with 3 women. So we are going to take a little look. So I am educating y'all. So sit back, tag y'all friends, because all of y'all, I see some of your comments, some of y'all, yeah, you're encouraging it, but y'all would not participate in it. Y'all would not want to be with a man with 2, 3 other women. So it is a very, very tricky and sticky kind of situation. Now I am going to show you, before I move in, I'm going to show you a video. Why did God allow polygamy in the Bible? Right? Where are the pastors to teach those things to the people? Because women are selling themselves short for them to think, okay, I am not good enough. He must have 2, 3 women. And they are conditioning their minds to say, oh, this is good. This is what I need. No. Women, when you have a high self-esteem, you would not accept this type of relationship. And all the people who are encouraging it, they are not in it. So sit back with your coffee, relax, and learn, because our country is going wayward. Our pastors are not preaching that. They are preaching prosperity gospel.
When people look at the Bible and they see cases of polygamy, they're not distinguishing between what God commands from the history of how he treated his people and how his people treated him. And his people were not faithful. God is the one who designs marriage. God is the one who invents marriage. Marriage is not something invented by humans. God is the one who gives the first woman to the first man. God is the one who presides over that marriage ceremony. And then when Moses tells us this, he makes a comment, therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and cling to his wife in the singular, and the 2 shall be one flesh. So that's God's standard. That's what the Bible is teaching. We should distinguish that from the Bible as a divine history of God's relationships with his people. These relationships are called covenants. A covenant is like a marriage where two parties make a commitment to be devoted to each other, to be loyal, to be faithful. We see that God creates that kind of a relationship with Adam and Eve, but they are disloyal. They do not believe his word. They do not obey him, and they plunge humanity into chaos and evil. God makes a new start with Noah, and then that also goes down the tubes. God makes a new start with Abraham and his family. Then God makes a covenant with Israel, the family of Abraham. And the whole history of the Old Testament is a history of how human partners are unfaithful, human partners are disloyal. They do not believe in the word of God. They do not believe what God says. They do not obey his royal rule and kingship, and they rebel, and they want to establish what is right and wrong for themselves. And so in that history, we see a constant violation of the original standard. And so that's what we're seeing. We see that with Abraham, God promises him a child. He doesn't trust God. He doesn't wait for God. He tries to do it on his own strength, and he has a relationship with Sarah's female servant. Jacob also has 2 wives. Is that a wonderful relationship? No, it's not a wonderful relationship. The Bible is showing that this brings in all kinds of trouble. In the book of Judges, it tells us that these judges had many wives. Why? Because they were aspiring to be king. So most people in the ancient Near East only had one wife. Only kings could afford to have many wives. So when you read the Bible is not promoting polygamy. It's showing us that only royal figures had many wives. And it's also showing us that this is not ideal, that this caused all kinds of difficulty and hardship and trouble and the fighting among the wives, and it's not a satisfactory relationship. We see that in the case of David. Nathan the prophet came to him and spoke to him and gave a parable about a guy who had many sheep and a poor man who had only one sheep. And when someone came and he had to show hospitality, instead of slaughtering one of his many sheep, he stole the one sheep that this poor man had. And all that is saying is, you have many wives and still you're not satisfied. So it shows that having many wives is not a satisfactory relationship. You have many wives and you're not satisfied, and you have to go and steal the one woman that this one person has. We see that in the case of Solomon. Solomon is a tragic figure because he did not practice what he preached. So you have the wisdom of Solomon in what he wrote, but we don't see the wisdom of Solomon in the way he lived. He disregarded his own wise principles. He multiplied wives, which is expressly forbidden for kings in Deuteronomy 17. The king is not to multiply wives, not to multiply gold, not to multiply horses, because who is a king going to marry? He's going to marry a princess from another country, and it's going to create a political alliance, and they're going to trust in that alliance, and they're not going to trust in the Lord. He's not to multiply horses because he's not to rely on chariots and military hardware. He's not to multiply gold because he's not to trust in his ability to pay other kings to deliver him. He's to put his trust in Yahweh. So what the history of the Bible shows, even though these were men of faith, they're not men of morality. Not everything they did was moral. If you look at the New Testament and look at what Jesus says in the New Testament and look at what the apostles say, they never hold up anyone from the Old Testament as a moral example. They hold them up as examples of faith, but not as examples of morality. So there's a very clear difference between what God commands and instructs us to do in marriage and how his people actually behaved in the history that's recorded for us. Just because these things happened in the Old Testament, we have to listen to what the narrator is saying. The narrator is not saying this is a good thing. He's showing that it's a bad thing. It creates all kinds of problems, and it doesn't create a satisfactory way to live because it's abandoning the creation standard.
Thanks for watching Honest Answers.
So you see what is happening? Whenever you go outside the will of God, there are going to be many, many problems. So in the olden days, in the Old Testament, these were men of faith. However, they were not men of morality. And it is very difficult living a moral life because people prefer the easy way out to say, oh, I have emotions, I have feelings, I am just going to have free for men, free for women. But when you do that, you are causing a serious problem not only for yourself, you are causing serious psychological issues, social issues for those women in those type of relationship. Women with high self-esteem would not partake in such relationships. But in St. Lucia, I do not know what is happening. Maybe there are supernatural forces engaging in women, beautiful women, being involved in this type of relationship. As we all know, and I will show you, women are jealous creatures, right? And I have done some research, and all the researchers have proven that women in those kind of relationships are very envious, are very jealous. There's a lot of confusion, even the children. And it pains me. Now, if it was Roro I was talking about, you would see them flocking to the life to her. And this is where our problem stems in St. Lucia. People like to hear lies. They would believe a lie quicker than the truth, because this type of relationship only causes issues. Women are valuable creatures, beings. Why should they be subjected to this form of living? So I am going to show you exactly what I am saying. That women in these types of relationship, they lack self-esteem. I am going to show you my 5 wives, a different look at modern polygamy.
You're going to meet a polygamous family so controversial that even other polygamists disapprove of them. Brady Williams and his 5 wives and 24 children are letting in the cameras in ways you've never seen before, and ABC's Cecilia Vega traveled to Utah to meet this very large, very unusual family.
6 a.m. It's a normal start to the day in the Williams household. Husband Brady gives his wife Polly a kiss on the cheek. A few rooms over, a quick cuddle with wife Rhonda. Then a smooch for Robin, another for Rosemary, and finally, wife number 5, Nani.
Hey, everybody!
Welcome inside the world of Brady Williams, a polygamist unlike any you have ever met.
I really consider myself a feminist.
There is no way the 5 women sitting here are equal to the 1 man of this house.
Certainly, polygamy has been patriarchal, right? The man is in charge. But I like to think that we've evolved and are still evolving.
What you thought you knew about polygamy? Think again. This family is so out there, they're even shunned by regular polygamists. The Williamses used to be fundamentalist Mormons, but not anymore.
Dad's gonna go get dinner, everybody.
Now they are pro-gay marriage. They have an occasional drink.
So who's up for a little strip poker?
The parents even teach their kids that it's okay not to follow in their plural marriage footsteps.
From the outside in, I still am scratching my head.
They call themselves progressive polygamists.
It's lasagna.
And in their new TLC show, My 5 Wives, they pull back the veil on one of the most secretive groups in America, revealing an ordinary family,
I had 5 wives by the time I was 29 years old.
or so they would have you believe.
It's not that complicated. We love each other. It's just normal times 5.
It's a bigger house.
The Williams family joins the growing list of polygamists in prime time, from big love to sister wives. But this family takes the reality TV cameras where none have ever gone before, the polygamy bedroom.
You're my beautiful, pretty girl.
All of America's having sex, so are we. We're just like everybody else, right? And no, there's no hanky-panky going on between all of us. It's just a man and his wife in that bedroom.
Well, a man and his 5 wives in their 5 bedrooms, plus their 24 kids.
Can you name all of your children?
So I have Carly, our oldest, then Hannah, then Josh, then it's Kimberly, and then Taylor goes, it would be the boys. No?
No, it's one more girl.
To house this family of 30, there are 2 homes next to each other.
Rosemary, Polly, and Robin's home. And then over here, Rhonda and Noni.
Each wife and her kids have their own space. Every evening, the family eats dinner together, though there never seem to be enough chairs. Oh, and their monthly grocery bill, $4,000. To afford it all, some of the wives work, and Brady runs a construction company.
Your man cave?
The mainstream Mormon church banned polygamy more than a century ago, but the Williams live in rural Utah, in a community where all their neighbors are fundamentalist Mormons who believe polygamy is the way to get to heaven. And not that long ago, the Williamses believed that too. The women were all raised in this small town. In fact, they're all cousins, taught to be good, obedient sister wives.
And I was going to be a good girl and I was never going to leave.
Brady was even a bishop in the church, but ultimately decided it wasn't for them.
We don't claim any religion.
If polygamy is not necessarily the means to get to heaven for your family, why polygamy?
We spent years and years building this family, and we love each other.
I can't say that I've never considered leaving. It's just that it would devastate the entire family.
What they do want to soon do is move out of this community.
The leadership of the community has made it clear that because of the decisions that we've made, it'd be better if we left. And I agree.
I mean, you're kind of an outsider.
You know, we're misfits.
They also don't act like the other polygamists on TV.
I had a silly question once about the polygamous lifestyle. They asked me if we all slept in the same bed. That's just ridiculous. I mean, that's got to be a big bed.
What happens in these bedrooms doesn't necessarily stay in these bedrooms. You know you've wondered, so here's how it works. Every night, Brady rotates between wives. Each wife gets to sleep with him every 5th night. And when he's not there,
I made each wife a body pillowcase that just had Brady and then a little dream theme with our name, so it's like he's dreaming about us.
Bye, kids.
when the clock strikes noon, Brady heads to the next wife's house.
And do you have, like, socks in every house?
Yeah, I have way too many clothes everywhere.
Polygamy problems.
But polygamy problems can be very real. The biggest one of all, the inevitable jealousy that comes with 5 women sharing one man.
Everybody, just remember I'm going to be with Robin for her extra night for her birthday tonight. Everybody got that?
You know he's having relations with other women. Do you think about that?
I don't want to hurt it hurts me if I go there. Why? I don't want to put myself through that.
These are sacred relationships between a husband and a wife. And I feel like I'm honestly intruding on that when I'm putting my mind there.
If any of you guys are tired and need some sleep, send him over. I'll take him those times.
It's kind of like living in a strange sorority. The women can't help but compare themselves to each other.
I've always felt like I had Barbie and Sleeping Beauty for sister wives and Polly and Robin. I'm just the chubby one. You'd rather be making love to a skinny woman.
Oh, baby. I won't. I don't. I make love to you because I love you. I love you, right? You know that? I haven't stopped chasing you around the room.
You horn dog.
There never seems to be enough of the man to go around.
I would rather have 20% of a good man than 0.
Don't even bother trying to find the right label for them. Polygamists, feminists, fundamentalist Mormons. It's a guy and his 5 wives.
Would you marry again?
I don't want another one. I mean, not to say that they aren't great.
5 is enough.
Yeah.
For Nightline, I'm Cecilia Vega in Utah.
5 is enough. Our thanks to Cecilia, and My 5 Wives airs Sunday nights on TLC. You're going to meet.
So, my people, I really love this comment from one of my supporters in the chat. Church is on a low, people. Not coming to church to give money, so the pastor's sleeping, waiting for the 10% every month. And I totally agree with that. The pastors are all about the tithe, the 10% of your salary, and the offerings. Because when you are a spiritual leader, your goal is to enrich the lives of people morally and not immorally, speaking out against the ills of society. Because I remember growing up in church, hellfire used to drop on our heads. Thou shalt not fornicate, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. But apparently in today's society, everything has changed. A man can be married and still have his outside women, and it is fine. Apparently this is accepted in St. Lucia. Therefore, this new trend of polygamy being showcased on social media and in St. Lucia, it's like it's okay, it's fine, we can do it because a married man has how many women? But we women must always elevate ourselves. We must have self-esteem to say I am worth more than that, right? I am worth being with somebody who respects me. Look at the video. This has so many social implications, and I cannot believe we have so many groups, gender groups in governments, all sorts of groups, and everybody is turning a blind eye and nobody is speaking to the issues. Listen to this guy in the last video. He could not even call out the names of his 24 children. He stopped at number 3 and he was fumbling by the 3rd child. So help me understand. After we have a problem in St. Lucia, where women are the ones, the driving force in raising their children. Sometimes they can be married, unmarried, but they are the driving force in being there for the children. And right now in our society, we want to advertise polygamy, that it is okay that you can be married, but this is illegal in St. Lucia. Eh? This is illegal in St. Lucia. You can be married and have how many different wives? Okay? Does this guy in this relationship intimately knows his 24 children? No, clearly he doesn't. Because if you cannot even call out the names of your 24 children, it simply means that you do not know them and you do not have the time. You are basically fulfilling the lust of your flesh, your ego, to say that I have how many wives? You rotate intimacy with them every 5th night. What kind of thing is that? Where does that leave your children? And in our society, people want to now promote that. No, I will speak against it because nothing good can come out of that. This affects the children dearly. And he is being a selfish man. Now listen to the foolishness one of the wives said. She is doing, when he's not there, she's doing a pillow with his face on him. Hello. Tell me how any woman can live with this. And as we rightfully saw, the one who is on the chubby side felt jealous because he doesn't want to make love to her. He prefers the other skinny one. You see jealousy? So there is nothing good, and according to the Bible, nothing good about polygamy. It affects the woman, it affects the children, and the man cannot give quality time to those children. So I need people to understand that this is not the way of the Bible. But are we hearing our religious leaders speaking to those issues? And like somebody said, exchange, and I'm going to show you another video which is actually saying what you're saying. Bodily fluids, semen, hair, and their bodily fluids. This is just nastiness. Because God made our life simple. And the reason why I am standing by what I am saying, when we are actually disrespecting the word of God, if you are a believer, God ordained marriage for man and woman. God is going to come back for his bride, which is the church. So you are actually telling God that, okay, it is okay that I have 3 other women, or maybe 3 other men as a woman, and you could still come and bring me to heaven. No, it cannot work like that. And this is what a lot of people, I am speaking on a topic that is very controversial, but it cannot be right. Where are the Christians to really, or the pastors really, to counsel and speak to those young women? It is very easy for a man to make someone who is not confident in themselves believe, it's okay, I love you, but I need another woman. I need another woman. I need another woman, and bring how many women into the picture? So I need... Oh, you very shadow voices listening, but you're late. But that's good. At least you're here. So you cannot. So what you're telling our society right now, and sometimes I'm just wondering if maybe to just stay in my own world and let society erode as it is currently doing. And it's amazing because I see some of my supporters underneath this also supporting this. As women, let us set standards, because if we do not set standards for ourselves, men would believe, oh, they are the weaker vessel. Which man that would come to me and say, okay, you are with me, so I still love you, but I'm looking for a second wife, I'm looking for a third wife. You're gonna go, because at the end of the day, if I'm practicing what the Bible says, this cannot be right. And like one of the supporters said, where are the pastors to preach that? You understand? And St. Lucians are just accepting everything. If you value yourself, you are not going to find yourself in that situation with a man. And then it's to stroke their ego. Now let me be devil's advocate. In that relationship, suppose in St. Lucia, 2 of those women said, I need my own man, and then you have 3 men in the relationship with 3 women. It's going to be disaster. It's going to be war. Because 3 male crabs cannot live in a house. They just cannot. And I'm going to show you. I always back what I'm saying with evidence. Right? Men do not like any other man pecking at their corn. So it is all about conditioning of the women's mind. I am here to tell you, run. It is not too late to run. And we as women supposed to be, I know they have, I just forgot the name of the organization that Erlinga Ford started. All right, the Crisis Center. I know we have that where women can run and talk to them. But we need to do more. We have a government that consider themselves as putting people first. But we all see their agenda is to put themselves first. We have so many gender issues in this country. Who is really looking after them? Sometimes these women need organizations or women to put them to sit down to realize that they are valuable and run from this before you wreck yourself. And we as women must be willing that if a woman needs to run out of a situation like that, that we are willing to bring them in and help them financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Because, you know, let me tell you how people are. They are going to view those lives and laugh and jeer and give jokes and support. But if these women end up in some situation, how many of y'all are going to reach out? Y'all going to say, oh, you see, mediosa, you econom la, see, sir. But you see, it is the way people's minds are conditioned. You cannot err when you follow the Bible. You cannot err when you follow the word of God. And we are not Muslims. We are not from the African countries where they legalize this type of relationships, right? Now, what we have in St. Lucia, and may I tell you that they are saying it's polygamy, and this is to show you that they do not even know what they're talking about. This is not a polygamy relationship. A polygamy relationship is when you are married to how many different wives. What we have in St. Lucia is polyamory. This is what is being shown to you in St. Lucia. An open relationship that you can sleep with this man and you have how many women. I am going to show you a video. So you see tonight they're running away from the topics because I am not talking roro and thing. I'm talking sense into y'all for y'all to understand that your life is precious and you are precious and you do not need to settle for second best. Anytime you have to settle for second best, it means that you do not value yourself. So we are going to watch Polyamory. This is what we have in St. Lucia, and this is what I'm telling y'all people. You all need to open your eyes. So they're saying this is a polygamy relationship. It is not. It is a polyamory relationship. So take a look. One mom, two dads, and a baby.
The modern family and one of the most unusual and provocative new family arrangements that's out there. Polyamory, it's called, in which multiple lovers live together openly under one roof. Two women and a man, perhaps. Or in the example we're going to check out tonight, a woman and two men. Well, if that doesn't sound complicated enough, they're raising a child all together. Controversial. Here's ABC's Abby Boudreau for our series, Modern Sex in America.
Want to read it anymore?
This is the story of Jaya, her lover, John, her son, Eamon,
Here's Dada,
and her other lover, Ian, Eamon's dad. They're one big, happy, polyamorous family. A woman, her two heterosexual boyfriends, and a child. Living together in a comfortable suburban home just outside Los Angeles.
The sun is starting to reflect on that building.
What do you say to people who believe that your relationship and the way that you're living your life is wrong?
Thank you for sharing your opinion. I mean, what else? We're not here to convert people and tell people that monogamy is wrong. Totally valid choice.
It's not like we've slept with hundreds of people and it's this crazy sexual thing.
I'm looking for what helps me be the best human that I could possibly be.
Here's how it started. Jaya has been in a committed relationship with John for years. But Jaya wanted to have a baby, and John didn't. Now stay with us here. So John suggested Jaya find another lover, and she did. Enter Ian. 3 years ago, Jaya and Ian conceived Eamon. And they're not the only ones doing this. By some estimates, there are more than 500,000 polyamorous arrangements in the U.S. For Jaya, that means limitless love.
I stopped searching for the one. I can have the one, and I can also have the one, and the one, and the one.
Unlike polygamy, like in HBO's Big Love,
we think it's time to move.
So you're all ganging up on me.
Where one man marries multiple women, polyamory means many loves. It's an open arrangement for both the men and the women.
Our house is a little backwards in that all the bedrooms are downstairs instead of upstairs. When it comes to intimacy, we actually schedule intimacy time.
Like on a calendar.
Yeah, so and sometimes we have spontaneous moments here and there, but I actually like scheduling it because I can look forward to it.
I know how you like massage.
Yeah, I need massages.
Yeah, well, we can do red hot touch massages.
Yeah.
For years, Jaya and John were the primary couple.
Is it hard
to share someone that you love that much?
Yeah, it can be. It can be tough.
Ironically, even though John didn't want a child,
I love you.
when Eamon was born, he quit his job to take care of him full time. Jaya has her 2 lovers, but how do the men feel about each other?
Would you two be friends if it wasn't for her?
I don't think we'd be hangout buddies.
Really?
They're very different.
We're very different people.
Very, very different.
What do you think, John?
Way too chatty.
But in this 3-headed household, who takes charge?
Do you consider yourself more the alpha dog in this family?
Yes.
Well, Jaya's kind of the alpha dog, too.
Yeah, we're both alphas.
So what does that make John?
John, I think self-admittedly would say that he's somebody who gets fulfillment out of being in service, doing things for people.
As we said, this gets complicated.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Tonight, Jaya and Ian are setting out for their weekly date.
We're gonna go get some food.
Can I come with you?
You're gonna stay here and watch movie night.
It's movie night.
Thanks for watching him.
And while John doesn't seem too happy about it,
Thank you.
it allows Jaya and Ian some time alone. And at the end of the evening, some real intimacy.
What are some of the common misconceptions about your relationship?
That it's not a committed relationship, just as deeply committed, or sometimes more committed than others.
I eat pretzels.
When we visited, little Eamon seemed like a happy, well-adjusted young boy. But they do wonder how all of this will affect their son.
Unfortunately, sometimes people are cruel and not always loving.
This is a train.
Oh, it's a train now. What is the modern family today? We've got stepmoms, stepdads, we've got gay parents raising children, we've got... The family today is a totally different thing than what it was years and years ago. How much do you know about sex, and where did you learn about it?
For Jaya, none of this is strange. Not so surprisingly, she's a professional sexologist.
I do have lessons.
But in this triangle, they all agree on certain rules, practicing safe sex and steering clear from monogamous partners. Still, having multiple lovers can create insecurities.
Do you feel Jaya spends more quality time with Ian?
I think so, right now especially. There's part of me that just kind of wants to go back to that, like, that was my girlfriend.
That sounds awfully monogamous.
I know.
Do you think that your partners are happy?
I know that Ian is very, very happy. John, I don't know. That's something, like, it's hard to pick his brain. Sometimes I wonder. He wants to have another child. And so that's why I'm questioning, because I know for sure that I don't want to have a child.
And now if she doesn't want to have any more children, where does that leave you?
I don't know.
Soon, this modern family may get even bigger, with John on the lookout for a new partner, Ian with a girlfriend on the side, and of course Jaya, always open for more love. Like we said, it's complicated. For Nightline, Abby Boudreau, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Yes, my people, I was reading some of your comments, and this is exactly how I feel. What madness is this? And judging from what you have seen here, it basically means that adults do not care with the children. Adults are selfish. It is the same way when you take a vow. You cannot be selfish to only you. It has to work between the two people. So right now, they have their open relationships. The woman was with this one guy for how long? Make it make sense, like Ashley said. You did not want to have children, but she wanted to have a child. Then you said to her, it is okay to go look for a man to have a child with. She has a child with this man. One day, make it make sense. My head is all over the place. She has a child with this man. You are now acting like the best father there is when you yourself said you didn't want children? You ask her to go out there to look for a man to have a child. So they now have a child and living within the same household, whatever. When they are going out on their date night, you are upset. So all I can see, as somebody rightfully said in the comment, murder, suicide, mental cases. This is what is going to happen with these people, and poor job, the kids are going to be affected. Make it make sense. And they are practicing safe sex. So if you have a partner, you're married to that partner, safe sex is supposed to be between the two of you and not between open partners, but these are not married. So this is what is being played out in St. Lucia, the polyamory side, not polygamy. The polyamory, whatever they call it. This is what is being played out in St. Lucia. So basically, many of you on here, some of you have run, because some of you are my supporters, are supporting that. You are basically saying it is okay to have open relationship. Think about it. If you have a daughter, would you like your daughter to be in a relationship like that with how many other women and a man? Is that the self-esteem and confidence that you have given to your daughter or you have given to your child? You wouldn't want this type of relationship. It's nasty. The health issues. And many of you, I'm seeing many of you saying about this one sleeping with that one. We already have so many sexually transmitted diseases, right? Everybody sleeping with everybody, and you're talking about safe sex, and you are giving each other the green light, not only to sleep with the two men or the women here. You have a right. It's open. You can go and sleep with this one, that one. Is that St. Lucia is too small? We do not have the resources to deal with the psychological effect on the children, on the men and the women. This type of relationship affects everybody. And as I have shown you in the first video, this is not ordained by God. No way, no shape, no how. And it is sad that when I see women, you must be able to say, hey, you're in love with me, and I'm going to be the only one, and you're going to be the only one, and we're going to make a happy life. But then this man comes to say, oh, not that I don't love you, but I need another person, then I need another person, Have the self-esteem to walk away. Many people do not walk away because of their financial circumstances, in that they do not want to leave, because where would they go? They don't have money. But that's where we come in as women. Instead of kicking each other down and slandering each other, that's where we come in to build each other and take us out of that. We have to teach men to respect us. And it shows that many of you women have low self-esteem, because to see, even in my situation, a minister of government, Richard Frederick, went all out for me on his show, and many people are speaking and supporting him. Clearly, we have some problems going up there in terms of saying, hey, I am able to think for myself and say, this is wrong. Excuse me. So clearly we have an issue, and somebody is saying, thank you, Soso, for speaking on. Okay, let me just read what somebody said there. As a healthcare professional, I truly believe this is a mental problem. These men prey on the weak and vulnerable. I endorse this statement. As a healthcare professional, I truly believe this is a mental problem. These men prey on the weak and vulnerable. You are absolutely correct, Tara. You are absolutely correct, because no man can bring this bullshit to me. He will go back with that nonsense. And women have to believe in themselves. They have to believe in themselves. Your value does not come from anybody. It comes from you believing in yourself. Even if you may have been raised in circumstances that made you feel that you are nothing, there are enough resources and people that you can speak to build up your self-esteem. You do not have to be a millionaire. You do not have to be an accountant. You don't have to be a lawyer. You don't have to be a teacher. If you are the simplest person, your greatest asset is your self-worth, your value. And many women believe I must be seen. And this is why I have to thank the women who supported me. And even the men who call me, I don't know these men from anywhere. Many people call me who supported me in my stance of clapping back on Richard Frederick for being disrespectful. So it is high up there in society in that a man at the highest level, a minister of government, minister of housing, Richard Frederick, could attack me so viciously, and women are still there, clap, 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 it's your birthday. Listen, had I not have this confidence and always thought of myself as being valuable, I would have cowered in a corner and not say anything, because women themselves were like, yes, give it to her, give it to her. So you see the problem? Women are bringing down each other. Instead, the women under there say, hey, girls, you are precious. You are wonderful. You are fearfully made, and you deserve this man to love you. It is better to stay single for the rest of your life, because single life is very nice. There's a lot of things you can do, all right? If you are only focusing on, okay, I must have a man, or you're only thinking of sex, then it means you have not really understood what God has placed you on this earth for. Many women believe that I must get married, I must have this man, I must have this man. This man has status, everything. I will not leave him. I'm going to accept him running measly women. I am going to accept him beating me. I'm going to accept him because he's providing. And if I leave, where am I going? There's nothing wrong in wanting to have this special person, be with this person. There's nothing wrong. But if your motive is, I cannot stand on my own without a man, or without a man doing what he wants, to have so many women, right? Women, I'm speaking to you. The men can take up this topic and go and talk about it if they want, to speak to their fellow brothers. But I'm speaking to the girls out here. I'm speaking to the women. You are valuable. Teach men how to treat you. And this is what I did to Richard Frederick. I taught him that you may speak to your women and other women like that, but you ain't gonna come to me and disrespect me. I'm gonna clap back on you. And people must learn to understand you are valuable. You are valuable. We can change. We may not be able to change the world, but we as women can ensure that our country is not embroiled in such sexual filth and nastiness. We have all sorts of things going on. Where are the pastors? So is not a pastor. But where are the pastors to speak on this? And it's a craze going on. It's a craze. Everybody's, oh, go ahead. Men are, you see, they say women are jealous, but men are very, 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 very jealous creatures. You may walk there, you may be with your significant other, your husband, whatever. You may walk there and a man just look at you. It's like, why is he looking at you? Why is he looking at you? And it's no fault of yours. So I want all of the polyamory relationship we have in St. Lucia, I want the women to say, I'm interested in this man. Bring the men into the house. That party done. Polyamory, whatever they're calling it, end. Party done. The man will say, free male crabs cannot live in a house. Women, respect yourself. Show these men you are valuable. And if you do research, nothing really good comes out of those relationships. Nothing really good comes out of this relationship. It is time we say to the man, okay, you're in love with me, you love me, yeah, but you're not going to do this nonsense. Then you have this man in the video where he cannot even mention his children's name. This is just so sad. He has no time. And then the lady on the chubby side is saying, oh, maybe he prefer the nice, ones looking like the models. Imagine there are women married to men and they feel like, because they're chubby, the men, don't really want them. They have husbands who have women who may be on the chubby side, but they are faithful, they are good men, and they have to reassure their women that I love you and you're my number one. So Phyllis, this woman with 4 other women as wives, and look at how she's feeling. And y'all are there, love so-so, do love so-so. It doesn't change the price of coffee, free US. It doesn't change it. I am gonna come here and speak the truth. This can never be an enjoyable relationship. It can never be. There will always be this discord. There will be always fighting among the men and the women. Look at the two that says, imagine you are in a relationship with somebody and you are saying you're practicing safe sex because this one is sleeping with that one. That one's sleeping with that one. What kind of malpropte is that? What kind of malpropte is that? And then you have the little children being in that. And listen, I did some research, further research. And those people who are in those open relationships, you know what they said? They do not want their children to practice that. They do not want their children to be in that. So imagine saying you do not want your children to be in that. Imagine you're saying you do not want your children to be in that. So it says that this is not right. It says this is not good. My dear, do the research for yourself. You will see how these relationships affect the children. Exactly, Ashley. And as I said, and it's biblical, right? I'd love to see you share your woman with 2 other men. Ashley, you are very, 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 very correct about that. They do not even want, if a man calls you and you stay too long, who you talking to, what you talking to. So I am telling you, if we have this trend in St. Lucia, one man is not enough for 3 women. Let those 3 women decide they want to bring 2 other men into the relationship. You're going to see trouble. You're going to see the problems. You're going to see what is happening. And people, I realize in St. Lucia, people support a lot of things that is wrong. Look at the government they put in office. And clearly, if at the height of government, a minister can disrespect another one in such a vile and vicious way, and women are supporting him, and the government, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, has not said anything to condemn that. Just think of society. Those controlling your government, they are a reflection of our society. So everything, there is no standard in St. Lucia anymore. There is no standard, and let me show you why there is no standard. Look at St. Jude Hospital. The staff are saying they need the government to come and have a discussion with them because they do not want to go in this old place where they want to send them, which is not safe. So the staff at St. Jude's are saying the government of St. Lucia needs to fix the internal issues, but they cannot even fix themselves, people. Just like those men, these men cannot even fix themselves. These men are suffering with some kind of, like the medical professional rightfully said, some medical disorder, mental disorder. For you to tell me, for you to be satisfied, you must have how many women? This is tiring. And there was this guy, I did some research, he said, 1 woman is too much. Phallus 2, Phallus 3, no thank you. 1 woman is too much, right? So I need y'all to think. It looks nice. They come and show you, just, maybe 0.05% of their life. But after that, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I refuse for our beautiful young women. I am here, I am on a campaign to ensure that the young women of St. Lucia realize that you are valuable. And I believe we have wonderful young men in St. Lucia, upstanding, educated, whether it's in the technical field, whether it's in the academical field, whatever field, culinary field, whatever field it is, that are willing to have decent women to make their wives and cherish them. There is a saying, there is man shortage. If there is a man shortage, stay with God. Do not go and say that you are going to go into this kind of ridiculous open relationship to say you're in a relationship for relationship's sake. This is madness. And as Martin said, as long as governments keep the people and poor and desperate, all the social ills will be accepted as normal. Exactly. We do not have a government of standards, because I have been saying, even today we were saying, we cannot understand a government that campaigned on the poor. It is going to be 7 months and the poor has not received anything. So therefore, these girls, these women are saying, you see me, I really need a man to take care of me. I need a man to take care of me, so I am going to go in this, so at least I know when number 1 don't have money, number 2 have money, when number 3 don't have money, number 4 have money. This should not be. And I am very upset with this government. They want the people of St. Lucia to eat the fig vet skin. But this is not a brilliant government. All of them with their PhD, their MSS, their BA, a whole set of foolish people. They are not brilliant. And I will tell you why they are not brilliant. You should be smart enough that if you're failing, to put your pride aside and call on people who can assist you. Alan Chaste said something, and then a lot of people were laughing and jeering it. I think even Philip Pierre wrote something about that. Do you know the way to go now? And I saw some economists talking a whole lot of BS about agriculture boosting the economies. Some of y'all just make me laugh. Some of y'all just make me laugh. Agriculture only contributes 2% to the GDP. Are you serious? Are you freaking serious? Right? What kind of economists are y'all? Hello? The way of the world now is technology. The way of the world is science and technology. This government is clueless. Alan Chaste said that, and he was saying that thousands of people are working online. Yes, thousands of people are working online. Apparently, our business people are not willing and are not ready to come out from the old school ways and go into the technological world. This is what is going to save us. Has this government networked with the people who can drive our economy? No, they have not. What they have done, that's why they did an attack on my videos. What they have done, they have got economists to try and come and debunk what I say. But they can't debunk what I'm saying, because our GDP for agriculture is 2%. 2% is nothing. 2% is nothing. And then tomorrow, they are going to borrow, they are going to borrow close to 9 million US, and it's not for the poor people of this country. So women would always believe, I need to have a man to give me $5. I need a man, I need him. When you show a man you need him and you are needy, he's going to do what he wants with you. He'll feel you need me so I can have this woman, that woman, because you need me, because you cannot maintain yourself. And Alan Chaste was given, the United Workers' Party administration was given the people of St. Lucia the tools to empower themselves and not beg for bread, not to beg for crumbs. So Madi Poiti is $9 million US. Honestly, people, I have to listen to these jokers because I have to come back here and deliberate with you. Right? So they're going and borrow this money for renewable energy, not even to give you a little kakada so you could say, okay, until Easter, I have a little something, I can pay my bills and I can do whatever. So you see why all these kind of open relationships will take place, because women feel vulnerable. But we shouldn't allow our women to feel vulnerable, right? Like for instance, people were saying, but so you could have gotten, a man with money, this man to marry, whatever. I always believe that if I'm not happy with somebody, I am going to stay single. Your money, your whatever means nothing. My peace means everything to me. My peace means everything. So tomorrow, you are still going to starve under this government. It's still going to be Madi Poite. They are taking the money for renewable energy. And the other thing they're going to pass is that because the barrel things had a lot of issues, you can clear your barrel VAT-free until 31st of March, I think. Until the 31st of March, you can clear your barrels. So when you see, they will never like Sohria Alexander because I'm a realist. I'm not here to kiss Flubble backside. I'm not here to kiss SLP backside. I'm here to speak the truth for my country. And right now, people are suffering and people are going into all kind of relationships. And then soon from now, we're going to see like how many of decent young people are in this kind of witchcraft kind of situation. Pray over your children's mind. Plead the blood of Jesus over them. Where are the pastors to come to talk about those things? Where are the pastors? Exactly, Leona. If you have education and you have no common sense, you're just an educated fool, which is correct. You are just an educated fool. Yeah, there are many relationships like that. Mad Max Gabriel. There are many relationships like that. But at the end of the day, nobody can teach you to value yourself except you. I'm going to say it again. At the end of the day, nobody is going to teach you to value yourself except you. There are many, many ills happening in our society. And something wrong with our society. That is why people just get, with this person, get with that person. Our society does not understand dating. If they see you go out with somebody and maybe 2 days later you go out with somebody, in a norm. But dating is getting to know different people and see which one clicks. It doesn't mean sleeping with the person. So I believe a lot of people have made this error in terms of, okay, that person like me, okay, I'm just going to marry this person. But they have not dated to see different people and what they bring to the table. So the girls right now, the young girls of St. Lucia, please, I am speaking to y'all. Even those my age, don't feel trapped or compelled that you must be in relationships like that. Thank you, Sophie. Sophia Francis said, very interesting topic tonight, so. Thank you, Sophie. That's my job. Kurt said, interesting topic. However, take a look at our reps. Have all them either divorced or single and starts from the top. Yeah, it's true the reps are divorced and single, whatever. But our reps can be divorced and single. That is fine. It is what they do. Nothing wrong in being divorced and single, because I am divorced and I am single. There's nothing wrong. What is wrong is if you believe you have to be promiscuous here, there, and everywhere, and you have how many little boys there, how many women there. This is what? So standards. We have to set standards. I agree. Somebody said, Miss Alexander, the pastors are foxes in sheep clothing, and this is very true. Sharon said, exactly, I dated for 11 years before I got married. Right? Now, circumstances, I agree with Katerina. The church is in bed with the government, and they are. I see it. I see even my own men of faith would not talk. They were matching. They were everything. There's been government. I just see it. I see it. So I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Yes, Mabel, they need to realize that you are valuable. You know, like I've said, my girlfriends would invite me to their different stuff. I would jump in my car and I would go and I would have a ball with them. There are the male figures, everything. But I go, I have fun. These are people I know. We have fun. Believe in yourself. And this is why I was able to come out and come directly into this camera and challenge Richard Frederick and this government for being disrespectful to me. Self-confidence, right? I am standing on my self-confidence and what I believe. And this is what I'm trying to do, tell many of you. So maybe tonight, many women who may be in relationships that is really not good, they may say to their partner, hey, listen, I've listened to so-so, and I may get some more hate again. I've listened to so-so, hey, and I've decided it's me. Yes, it's about you. And when you have a decent partner, you are going to say, well, okay, we can make this thing work. So tonight I am hitting home. It is not Roro. It's not like, hey, baby, putting out my tongue. It's not, baby, come here. Come my first wife. Come my second wife. It's not that. It's not Roro. It's not thing. So you see, they disappear from under the life. I'm here to teach. So if it's 4 people that want to learn from what I'm doing and they can multiply it by 10, I'm happy. You know, they like the bacchanal. Our country have become a bacchanal country. Nobody want to really make a difference. St. Lucia is a poor country. I am telling you, our economy is very, 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 very... Hi, Margaret. Very bad. Margaret said, enlightening topic, interesting. Yes, it is interesting. We have... I cannot see my ladies continuing like that. So therefore, instead of méprising each other, when you see women in stuff like that, we should be able to help. I may not be able to give $10,000, but if I can give $1,000, and I don't want to give $1,000 to get this person going, to get the person started and put them on the right track. Most times women stay in this rubbish relationship because, especially in St. Lucia, because of financial stresses. And we have men in high society who have money, big jobs, topper, have their women, and the women refuse to leave. They beat them, they abuse them, they have women here, there. They refuse to leave because of the status and the money. Sometimes when you look at you and you say, I am valuable, I am precious, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, you're not going to accept second base. You are not going to accept second base. You are welcome, Sarah. You are welcome. And I want all of you on Wednesday, God spare our lives. Tomorrow, I am not on tomorrow, people, because I put it on my wall. And one thing I have to say to y'all, share the truth. Don't be afraid to share the lives, the information I put. Because before the 2021 July election, they shared a lot of misinformation. But the United Workers' Party supporters are not vindictive and cruel people, right? But I am happy that you guys are on the offense. Keep them on the offense. So on Wednesday, we are going, invite your friends. We are going to discuss serious issues, government issues, women issues on Wednesday. I have a guest. I'm not on tomorrow. I have a guest on Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. pronto. We usually start the prompter 7 p.m., 7 minutes before 8:30. So be there pronto to listen. So I'm going to promote the person. So you'll see who will be there and come and support. Invite your friends. Invite everyone. Ladies, let's take a stand. Because we have women who say that they are for women, supporting women, and then we see it's not true. Okay, we see it's not true. We see that they don't really support women. They have selective morality. And I'm still calling on the government of St. Lucia to fire Richard Frederick, because it is sending a message to the women, and y'all are going to pay for it dearly, because I am still going to be on that campaign. Y'all are going to pay for it dearly, because the bulk, the greater percentage of the voters are women. And many women may not come out to say it, but they're going to lick shot y'all at the polls. Now, my people, I need y'all to be here on Wednesday. Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. I have a special guest. Be there. It's going to be very interesting, very interactive, you know. If you want to ask questions, do not put the questions on under the live. You can message me on my page. If you message me on my page, I'll see the questions and I can ask my guests the questions so you can get answers. Do not be afraid to share the live. As I said, we realize what they're doing, but God is good. We are here to speak the truth, and we are going to continue speaking the truth. Okay, so people, if it was, like I said, if it was about Roro and everything, funeral, everything, you would have seen them flocking. But it's things to change their minds and make them better. They're not here. So my people, it's 10 o'clock. I love you. I am not on tomorrow. I will be with you Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Have a blessed night. Love you all. Bye.